Hello, my name is Robert Davidson, and I'm here to tell you my story. I was born in 1923, right in central Hamilton, and by the time I was 21, I would be shot down in my Supermarine Spitfire. My parents, William and Jessie Davidson, would miss me very much, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As a kid, I went to Adelaide Hoodless Elementary School, which was about half the size it is now. Then I moved on to Central Collegiate Institute for high school, where I took courses to prepare me to go to university someday. The school closed up in 1946, but it was beautiful back in the day. People even make art to remember it. For about a year after I graduated high school in 1941, I worked at Appleford's Paper Products as a clerk. But the Second World War was in full swing by then, so I decided to join the Royal Canadian Air Force. I enlisted in 1942, and I was off to England. I was put into Squadron 401, and while I was still in training, I realized a friend from back home, Lloyd Berryman, had also joined the RCAF around the same time as me. We'd spend time together talking about home. It was a great comfort. He said I was someone that people liked instinctively. I'll take that compliment. On June 28, 1944, I was sent out in my Spitfire and came up against two German Focke-Wulf 190s. I shot them down, and though I didn't know it at the time, two children stood on the ground in the town below me and cheered. But I was shot too, and my fighter went careening down in the small commune of Ligny, France. I spent the final moments of my life trying to steer away from a home below me, and as a result, I lost my life. I was 21. My life has been remembered in many ways since I died, ways that I never expected. A little girl living in Ligny had seen my crash. At nightfall, she found some people to take my body from the wreck, and they gave me a proper burial. When the Nazis came through the commune the next day, they found my grave covered in flowers. Over the next year or so, my grave became a shrine for the underground anti-Nazi resistance movement in France. People would go to it to mourn sons whose graves they couldn't reach, covering it in flowers. My grave became a symbol of hope for many in the surrounding area. Almost 75 years after my death, Pierre Vaulup, the boy, now grown into a man, who had lived in that house I died trying to avoid, contacted Remembrance Services in Hamilton, telling them that I saved his life. I was honored with a plaque in Hamilton's Peace Memorial Park. Thank you so much for listening to my story. There are so many stories like mine that go unhonored and unheard, but we can change that, one story at a time.